Hi guys, and welcome to this live talk about GW once again. And should we boycott GW, guys? So what is it this time? What it could be the GW have done? Well, they increased their prices, and they posted, of course, a short notice in the Warhammer 40k community site. So let's read this. A 2024 pricing update. Let me just say that this is a bit painful. It's an unfortunate truth that the world keeps getting more expensive. Prices for food, materials, and transportation have been trending upward for a few years now, and Warhammer isn't immune to that trend. This means that from the 10th of June, we'll be increasing some prices in our Warhammer stores and on Warhammer.com. The price changes for individual products will vary, but in most countries, the average change will be between 3% and 5%. As an example of what you can expect, a squad of Necron warriors goes up $2 from $50 to $52, £30 to £31.50, and €40 to €41, or local currency equivalent. The price of some of our products aren't changing, such as paint pots. I'm thinking about printing 3D already, yes. And paint sets, White Dwarf and Black Library products, including digital publications. We understand that no one likes a price raise, and we've done our best to keep prices down. We are giving you a heads up now so that you have plenty of time to take advantage of current prices. Yeah, it is May, so June, not plenty of time, no. In Sweden and Norway, the average price change will be between 8% and 14%. Amazing, 14%. Jesus, okay. So guys, as you know, my Custodes set and my Battle Patrol that I haven't started yet. This is a gift from my dear friend Serdi, who lives in England, and he was so kind to give those to me. In Bulgaria, the prices are even more than possible because the money that we're getting here is 2 times less than most European countries. So unfortunately for me, I can't get anything from Games Workshop in any ways. And now it's even worse for me. So, great. Yeah, in the future, I do plan to get a 3D printed Emperor of Mankind. That is just my thing. I have a friend that can do that. Yeah, it's gonna be still expensive for me, but it's still, it's possible. It's more possible, compared to what I could actually give. And Games Workshop don't actually um, sell a 3D printed statue because I wanted to be a huge statue of the emperor. And by huge, I mean like what, 30, 40 centimeters? It's pretty big. So there's that. Now let's talk about this, guys, because I also heard what Chapter Master Valark said. And of course, he did say that this is a slap in the face. I also feel that this is a slap in the face. But then again, at the end, he said that this will keep happening. And it's like, well, at least to me, it sounded like we're supposed to be getting used to it. And, of course, I understand that a lot of prices are going up in the world, and the price of life is getting a lot worse, especially again in more poor countries like my country. But here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing that I really want to underline, and that is that uh, this is a hobby. This is supposed to be the escapism that a lot of people are looking for. It's actual therapy to paint the miniatures. I've done it, I know how it is. I would love to do it more if I had the physical time to do it. So for me, it's really a therapy. If I could afford to do it more, I would do it more, It's a great thing. And for someone, especially that is an artist anyways, like myself, it's just great to actually paint stuff and something that is, like a statue. I get to glue it myself, all of that. So it is something that is really, really calming. And for a company that gives those things, that makes those things, to say that, oh, well, the rest of the world is increasing prices. And yes, we understand how business work. Of course, that they have a lot of expenses about the things that they mentioned. Okay, that is fair to say. But then, guys, the thing is that they do decide if they do this or not to us. And they are the ones that are supplying the one thing that can help people escape from this exact thing, the real world, the current not very good situation that we are all living in since the pandemic and then the war, and a lot of stuff are like whatever the prices are up, everything is like the war, especially in my part of the planet. But the point is, guys, that especially a company that sells something that can help us get away from that, at least for a moment, from all of this negativity that has piled up through these, like, close to 5 years now. This is their decision to be that, to be the bigger company, the bigger person now, the bigger company that could do this. And yes, it's gotta be from their own pocket. So I understand also that they have to do that to their expense. But then again, I also understand that they have a ton more profits that they used to have previously, and that Warhammer is bigger than it was before. I mean, bigger than ever compared to when it started, in the middle of it, like 10 years ago, whatever. It's the biggest right now, it seems, at least from what I know. So that means that they really have a lot of profit, and they can probably, I mean, they should be able to keep the prices at least the same, so that this is a courtesy to the consumer, this is a gesture to the consumer. They're going to get a bit less on each product, but we are going to get at least the same, and we are going to have the solace of knowing that yes, GW products are very expensive, but if they don't bring the prices up more, we at least know what to expect, and know that if we can get something of their products, we know that we can count on at least these prices, if not less, at least what they are right now. But no, we can't even go to our hobby and count on these prices, because the company decided to not be the bigger company, the bigger person, and they just decide to be like everyone else, and to just say to our faces that they're not immune to this. Of course, they could be immune to this if they decide to take a bit of a bit less profit, to say, hey guys, you have supported us for almost 40 years. Some people actually have. And some people actually buy whatever GW releases because they're the whales. But those people are not most of the clientele, I'm pretty sure. So you cannot count on, the minority, let's say, of all people that buy GW products to keep the company afloat. If you make this gesture, it's going to be to them as well, and it's going to be to everyone, and even people like me that cannot afford it. But some in some turn of events, who knows? If I actually get up, I mean, end up getting something, it's going to be more possible for me, and now it's not going to be possible for me. Who knows how much prices can be increases here in Bulgaria? Probably it's going to be worse, I take it. I don't know. Because, import and I don't know what taxes. So why not? Yeah, I mean, why not just go and get a 3D printer, which is going to be pretty expensive depending on what you want to do. You can get a cheaper 3D printer, but with one 3D printer, with one like Resin, I don't know exactly how it's called, with the price of the Resin, or you can get a plastic one, but I don't think that the plastic one is that suitable because you don't have the finer, the smoother detail that you can get with the Resin. But yeah, if you get that, you will probably print very, very cheap minis. And you're going to print them whole. I'm pretty sure you can print them whole, depending on what file you get. Yeah, I'm gonna check your comments, guys. Just a sec. Uh, yeah. So yeah, why not do that? I don't have the space for that. I don't have the space for a lot of things. But okay, that's me. But a lot of other people that actually can buy the miniatures, they can afford. They surely can afford a 3D printer, and surely they can do that if they want. So, I mean, if I was the company, I wouldn't be more greedy for more money just because the world is the way it is if they know damn well that they're getting a lot more profit than they did before. And I know that it's a publicly traded company. They need money for everything, of course, but since they have so much profit, at least a little bit, they can afford to not, okay, let's say, do not lower the prices, but don't do this. Don't do this and say that everyone else is doing it because you're the hobby, you're the escapism, supposedly. You are basically the monopoly of the world of tabletop gaming. I mean, there's other tabletop games, but Warhammer is on top. I don't know any other more popular tabletop game ever. I mean, Warhammer 40k, Warhammer Fantasy, everything that's Warhammer. So, the fact that you're the leaders at this does not give you like a pass to do whatever because you really can be the bigger person here and you really can do this gesture to people and not raise the prices. You really can. And the freaking paints are expensive. They did say they will not increase the paints, so at least that. But still, $2 here. A lot of people will say $2 here, 50 cents there, but this can be the difference between you getting a coffee today or not. And if you actually save those money months and months ahead, you can get probably one set of a Warhammer anything, or at least a paint set or something. You can get something for yourself. I can get whatever it is, like an action figure from Joy Toy. I can get a McFarlane figure if I actually save those money. I'm just talking, on the matter of principle. So yeah, I mean that is how big companies get a lot of money with the cents, with the little increases, because they eventually they just become millions because many people buy them, and with these little changes, they become millionaires or billionaires, and we become just poorer. So why not just make this gesture, really, GW? Okay, so that's pretty much what I wanted to say about this, guys. And now it's time to look at your live comments. So, hi to everybody in the chat once again. If you haven't heard me at the beginning of the stream, let's see what your guys are saying. Hi to dear Clayton, dear Ivy, Matt. Firstly, after that, Matt Hatter got to make back all the money from the canceled Warhammer Plus subscriptions. Yeah, which is once again something that they did to themselves. We are not to blame that we do not want to consume uh, Warhammer Plus because Jesus Christ, even the last animation wasn't that special, unfortunately for me and lots of other people. Edgard, hi to you, Edgard. Why don't you ever just make more minis? Then they can sell them at a lower cost and get more units sold, making more money in the long run. Well, you have to ask them that, really. Killing says 3D printer, Goss, Burr. Yes, 3D printer. What is GW doing, Chubby? Well, as you can see, increasing the prices of most of their products. Quinn, hi to you, Quinn. I got out of tabletop 30 years ago. Why? A single Pilter miniature was $6 a year later. The price doubled. I saw the writing on the wall with GW. Now I just read the lore. You got out when you had the chance and you did good, Quinn. Really. But at least you get to experience the tabletop. Killing, killing usefully. Oh my gosh, with these names, guys, that you can, yeah, that you can think of. And hi to you, Kid, by the way, in the chat. GW must respect the fans. I totally agree, Kid. I totally agree. Because you can't expect that we are just going to lay down, roll over, and be like, of course, GW, do it to us. You know? No, because you have to respect us and we will respect you. It's easy as that. It's like two-way street. Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean. Third, that guy has a bad ass zone. I don't know what you mean. Squash Tybo Ivy says, true, tons of minis of all kinds of quality so that everyone would have everything they need to play without investing huge sums. Yes, I have 12 printed primers that are better than GW. Really have 12 printed primer? That's amazing. Gotta send me a picture on Discord. Hi to you, DRL. Oh my gosh. Thank you for the super chat. Nega Products, $2. Thank you so much. Honestly, just 3D print your armies. Yes, I just don't see why not. Let's celebrate their third super on live stream. Oh my gosh, is there new functions here? Oh boy. YouTube just surprised me more and more. Okay, guys, going back to the comments. So yeah, DRS has been happening since the mid 90s. When I started, Warhammer 3 was number 3 in Steam top seller, and game went up to 3,000. So Boycott of game, no impact, Bulgaria, Sophia taking over Warhammer 3 DLC. Okay, DRL. So yeah, thank you for letting me know about that in the previous streams. Yes, that obviously, I didn't know this, but here in Sophia, how we say it, we actually have a GW gaming studio, and we are working on a game. That's very interesting. I didn't know. I really think that, I thought that we had Ubisoft only, but I guess also we have this. The local price of whiskey hasn't increased. Well, that's great, but I'm happy that I do not consume alcohol. And Kid says, yeah, I read that already. Germany only made 200 million euros last year, and yeah, that is crazy. That's crazy to me, especially for a company that just sells minis and paints. Yeah. Check out Heroes Infinite for 3D prints. Yeah, I gotta see that. Thank you for the lovely Clayton as well. Michael says, seem they have, you mean seems they be heading to a airplane graveyard Spyro. If they keep this up, yeah, guys. And on the question, should we boycott or not? Yes, of course, you should boycott with your wallet, guys. I really strongly believe that we shouldn't just lay down and like Varwag said that, oh well, I guess this is just gonna happen. It was happening before, it's just gonna happen now. Okay, but we're much more aware what GW is doing now in the current time, and we can just be like, oh, we're not buying it, 3D printing, because you know even if the whales decide to do that, GW will probably feel it. So I'll just say do it. Go print your minis. Who cares? They can't even tell the difference between your 3D printed minis and their own 3D printed, their own plastic, sorry, their own plastic official minis. Because as we saw, they had some guy's army featured in their magazine that is not theirs and they didn't even notice. How crazy is that? So keep printing your minis, guys. You know? If only 40k lets people make fan-made content once more. I think they are, because there are a lot of animations here on YouTube. I'm making animations myself. Not 3D animations, but I'm making the Emperor and Gilliman and Sanguinius and Horus talk. So that is something. It is in a context of a parody, so it's under copyright protection from that point of view. But yeah, I think that they are, because they're full-fledged 3D animations that are still running, and I don't hear these creators have any issues. So at least I'm thankful for that they and I can make these videos and we're still good, at least for now. Okay, reading, guys. They are very few resins. You mean few resins owning a 3D printer today? Mo. Well, actually, I know 2 people that have them. They're just busy. They just cannot print all day and all night. They have other orders. But yeah, you can buy that now. You can do it. The resin is not healthy, so you gotta have the room for that. You have to cure the resin. yeah, I know that there's lamps for that. You can leave them on the sun as well, but I'm not that professionally into that, so I can't tell you all the details. But yeah, you do have to have the space in the room for that, for sure. Printed the whole DKOK with the very, very old uh, Anycubic printer. I'm not sure what is DK. Yeah, I'm not sure what is DKOK. You gotta clarify. And Nega says, I made a video on the price like this morning instead of them to price like directly after their most recent controversy with female custodians. Yeah, and thank you once again, Nega. So, what to tell ya? I mean, I don't think that they're realizing what they have done with the custodians. I mean, they see the backlash, but they're like, just we're going to pretend that nothing happened and everything's gonna be fine. So we didn't do anything, and custodians are gonna be now half female, nobody's gonna be the wiser, we're all good, everything's fine. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's their mindset. Kelly says, went to print when they went up to 32 mil bases and realized I would have to rebase over 1,000 models. That's crazy. That's crazy. Vam says, can you your computer when you talk about 40k stuff? I'm not sure what you mean. Do you mean that am I on my computer? I'm on my computer. Yes. I cannot do this with the phone. I'm on my computer. Here is Jesus. No, I cannot show you the mouse because my cable is short. But here is my keyboard. Eh, eh. it's it's a cheap i4 Tech keyboard and the mouse as well, but they're actually durable. I'm happy with that. I didn't have to get what was that brand? I actually have Logitech, but yeah, i4 Tech is doing the job as well. So there's that. So I'm not going to bother to get the Fem Studies in the 10th edition. Although, Edgard, I don't think that we can get the Fem Stories anyway, because they did say that they will not make any Fem Studies, so we're just gonna get male custodies in any case, which makes the female custodies even less meaningful. So, thank you to GW for creating the female custodies for no reason given at all, and then just making them vanish into obscurity from where they came from, I guess. There's that. Bam says, can you record your computer screen when you talk about 40k stuff? Of course I can. You just use OBS or whatever your recording program you can. You missed it, yes, Eckhart. Yeah, I also missed it, yes. And I do think that Alpha Booza can continue it, at least show us the last episode. I talked about this many times. You probably didn't hear me when I did, but yeah. Uh, the thing is that I don't think that they will ever give him any issues because he's doing a parody and he's doing something that GW will never do in terms of a style, of the idea of it. Everything that he is doing is so different, and it's really protected under parody. So I don't know why wouldn't he just release the last episode? He can do that, and then he can continue with his current stuff if he likes, you know. But why not just release the last episode so we can have some closure at least? Uh, so Kellen says it cost me $12 to print a Chrome Lord of Skulls. That's 170 model. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, you're good. I agree, you're good. There is a safe resin out there. There is a safer resin. Well, I don't know. Maybe there is. I gotta talk to my friend that I actually told him to look for an emperor. Hopefully he can find one and see what happens there. I saw that Major Q is offering one, but I couldn't get to the site and I couldn't see the price. Probably I'm late to the party. Yeah, not that I could buy it, but I couldn't see any prices. I don't know how much he is charging for that. And Mo says Dead Corpse of Creek, Forge Lord, exclusive fraction. Well, that's pretty cool actually. And you can wash eco-friendly resin with water. Almost no smell, and sun is the cheapest way to cure. Oh, okay, okay. Well, if I ever can get that, I will definitely research, of course, the best, most healthy way to print stuff. The next woke lord eaters and trans terminators. Oh, no, no, no. Jesus, no. Get your emperor from 3D art guy. Is that on ArtStation? Let me know. By the way, when DRL said this next woke Lord Eaters and Trans Terminators, some people, at least two people I think, wrote in the comments that there was like, I don't wanna misquote, but something about orcs that have changed their gender or something like trans necrons, but one person did say that that was actually not the literal case. That I mean that their machines, they can change basically their frame, but that does not equate to what we understand about being transgender today and human. Just it's not the same thing. It's totally different. So we cannot compare one to the other. We are not even the same species, let alone how we view things, because they don't actually care about sexuality at all. They just don't. They're freaking necrons. What are they going to do? Just bang their metal parts together? It's so dumb. So I want to find, so guys, you can help me with this if you like, but I want to find where are these examples of the necrons, the orcs, or the eldar, whatever, where we see something that can be perceived as trans or whatever, because I want to read those and analyze them. It is very similar to the case where everyone said that female custodies were introduced actually earlier in the Horus Heresy, one book where Sanguinius saw the emperor, and next to the emperor there were these women. There were these men clad in golden armor, and he was wondering what they are or something. And I'm like, yeah, of course, those are just the custodies and not the female custodies, but what? What? What could it be? Sisters of Silence, of course. Who else? Who else? So that's not proof that Sanguinius saw female custodies, not even a little bit. Quite the opposite, if anything, is proof that he saw the custodies where they belong, next to the Emperor, and Sisters of Battle, where they also belong next to the Emperor and the custodies. So if people make conclusions out of such passages from books, we're doomed. We're doomed, guys, because it just doesn't make any common sense. It just doesn't. Now, is there real woke stuff? Obviously, we have discussed Mike Brooks these days, so yes, there are. But thankfully, they're in the smaller books, and there was something about the lion and how Astartes talk to each other that was gender neutral or something. I never noticed that in the book. I don't know where it is, but that's a bigger book. So when it's in the bigger novels that actually really matter, that's really an issue. If it's in the smaller books, still an issue, of course, but at least if if it doesn't reach the main storyline, that's gonna be better. The better, the lesser evil, but still, of course, it's a thing, it's there. But I want to know, because Bricky also pointed out these examples of already transgender and I don't know what sexuality in the books, and I never found these myself. So if you know where they are, which books or which passages, you can always send those to me. There's an email here, of course, on the YouTube channel that you can email me that, or on the Discord. If you find these, you can help me this way, and I will make a video about that and analyze these things. So yeah, is something that I'm asking you guys if you want to help. Of course, if you want to help, I will do that video. So okay, it's on Patreon, Karen. Okay, thank you. Asking for this unreleased files when you sub. GW hates him. Really? Damn it! I gotta. 3D art guy, I gotta write this down. Dear Clayton, if you can write me down on Discord, thank you. Asking for unreleased files. Okay, okay. Search engine for 3D models. Yeah, some of them are paid, so we'll see what I can afford later on. Now I can, but later on. And GW went after a Mank for his 3D print files, so I'm rounding them up for the internet to carry on his work for giving files away for free. Really? Oh my gosh. I gotta see the pretty 3D print guy. I gotta do that. There is a book with trans Drukari. I don't remember the name. Well, if you do Mo, you can always send me, like I said, and I will look where is that. Thank you for the link. Yes, thank you very much. And thank you, dear Clayton. Thank you. Yes, for Discord. Anyone can join the Golden Authority Discord. You can share a lot of stuff with others, and we have just a great, loving community there, guys, which is awesome for a universe that does not have a lot of love in it, but it does prompt us to get together because we know what we love and we know why we love it. And it's just really beautiful, actually. Okay, guys, so I gotta go. But we're going to see each other hopefully soon, like tomorrow, whenever I can do this. And of course, guys, if you'd like to support me, Patreon, everything is down below. And you know that I'm coach, and I'm doing well, a lot of help as much as I can, even though it's here. But it doesn't matter because it allows me to do whatever I can do, and it's Slaaneshy, like I always like to say. And I'm just really happy that I can use this site for good. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Till next time with me. Sorry, it's just very late. Till next time with me, the 40k Empress show, and hopefully we get to talk about something more positive next time. But until then, boycott GW with your wallets, if you will. Yes, love you guys. Bye.